How's it going, everybody? Sage the Collector back with a stack of cards in Card Saver 1s. You know what that means. We've got a PSA submission. I know you can't tell how many there are. I've been building up a stack for a long time, waiting for this day when PSA would finally come out with $15 submissions. Bam! I went through my stack and whittled it down to only 53 cards. Got a couple PSA 10s that have come back in the past. Foreshadowing of things to come. First one, we got Shaq Rookie. Nothing too fancy, just a base hoops, but if it comes back at 10, it'll be worth it. We've got little Jordan Collector's Edition. Again, nothing too fancy, but if it comes back at 10, it'll be worth it. And despite this being a black card, looked flawless on the edges and corners, so I'm really thinking that'll come back at 10. This just has a cool card, but again, nothing fancy as far as Jordan cards go. As you know from all my Jordan hunts, I do pull a lot of base Jordans, and just based on the sheer quantity of Jordans that I pull every year, I'm going to be pulling ones that have really nice edges and corners. So that one's going. Gotta love these. I got another one down there, but love these 1990 Fleer Hoops Jordans. Iconic picture, one of the coolest Jordans you can pull. And very well centered. Hopefully that comes back at 10. Got a little Michael Jordan milestones from Hoops. Got 91 Hoops base Jordan. Man, these are getting a bunch of fuzz. That's the only problem with card savers. They attract static electricity like crazy. So you leave these alone for 10 seconds and it sucks up all the lint in the air. Got this Cade Cunningham Green Ice out of Chronicles. Not a real fancy card despite it being green cracked ice, but it's Cade. He's coming back next year. Hopefully he's going to start kicking butt again. Got this My House LeBron Red Wave. Not something you see in the States very often because this is an Asia card, so hopefully that gets a 10. That'll be a fairly unique, I'm guessing low pop card. This is just the LaMelo Flux Ice out of the Fnatic set. Nothing fancy. Again, this would probably have to be a 10 in order to make any profit. A 9, I'd probably lose a couple bucks on that. Got a Cade Shining Stars Orange out of Illusions. Got this. I pulled this out of a Team All box. Got a Cade Cunningham Optic Red Wave. Very cool card. Very cool jersey match on that. Hopefully that comes back at 10. Got this Scotty Barnes Blue Wave out of Optic. Franz Wagner Red Ice out of Prism. This one's a second year pool, but it's a really sweet jersey match, and it is pretty good on the centering. It's a little bottom heavy compared to the top, but left to right is dead on. It's just a cool looking card, and if somehow, I don't know what's going to happen with Golden State next year, and he kind of trailed off at the end of the season, but he can shoot the lights out. If he gets in the right situation, he's going to make a rebound. Got this awesome trophy of Giannis, or a card of Giannis holding the trophies. That is the Red Ice, and that is extremely well centered. Just a teensy bit right heavy, but top to bottom pretty good. Hopefully that gets a 10. This one I'm just guessing gets a 9 just because I don't want to get my hopes up. But centering is pretty good. I don't know. Top to bottom looks dead on. I'm guessing it's that gap versus this gap. It's a little teeny left heavy versus right heavy, but definitely within PSA 10. The thing that makes me nervous is the back. This is noticeably off center, and I know everybody says PSA doesn't really care about the back centering, but when it's off that much, they have to care. Nothing fancy, just a red, white, and blue of Scotty Barnes Rookie Prism. Got another MJ, perfectly centered, all-star out of 91 Upper Deck. Got a Shaq Topps rookie, just the base rookie, but again, fantastically centered, just a little bottom heavy, but left to right, fantastic. I won 2 of these, and this one looked really good, so I can't, it's hard to tell because there's these white dots everywhere, but hollow foil, don't see anything wrong with it. Hopefully that gets a 10. It's 1990 Hoops, but I just assume it's going to come back at a 9 because 90 Hoops is the worst for edges, for centering. But as far as centering goes, on 90 Hoops, this thing is crazy well centered. Like, that is one of the best centered cards I've ever seen. So there might be, it's a little bottom heavy in the back, but it's got this corner. So it's going to get a 9. It's not going to get a 10. but these are still selling extremely well. So it's almost still worth ripping 90 hoops for this card more than the actual base Jordan. Got a couple of these. De'Aaron Fox. I'm sitting on a lot of 2017 stuff of Fox and Tatum. I started ripping 2017 stuff when I first got back into the hobby, and I got tons of this stuff. So I'm submitting these. They didn't make the first round when I submitted De'Aaron Fox stuff a couple years ago, but I'm submitting them now in hopes that next year Sacramento's going to make another run. Got this Rookie Vision Anthony Edwards. It's just a regular insert, not a hollow, but it is really shiny, and it's just a cool, very cool looking card. I don't know what the circle thing is. I just dig the card. Just a regular old blue velocity of LeBron James. If it comes back in 9, I might lose a couple bucks, but it looked pretty good. The only thing that has me worried is this edge is a little kind of jagged looking, but other than that, it looked really good. Centering is good. I don't know, Jabari Smith didn't really light it up his freshman year there in the NBA, but centering is perfect on this, and teal explosion, any explosion, let's be honest, looks really good out of hoops. Chet, we don't know what he's going to do in the NBA, but this was purple out of retail, and again, really well centered, and the edges and corners look really good, so definitely a 10 potential. The winter version of Paolo on the Tribute. Got a winter version of Paolo arriving now. We got the hollow winter arriving now of Jalen Williams. Really hoping for a 10 on that. That's a cool looking card. This I'm doing purely because of the jersey match. I mean, it is teal, perfect look. I mean, just teal, jersey match cards just look fantastic. You have the explosion. I don't know what's going to happen because he is one of 57 rookies on the Hornets. Don't know if he's ever going to get playing time. We'll see. Got more De'Aaron Fox. We've got a rain version of rookie class. So again, you know, you got a little rough edge up there. You got a bad corner down here. But if it can somehow get a 9, it'll be worth it. I'm afraid this might get an 8. Whatever. Got to roll the dice, right? I got a couple micro etches. De'Aaron Fox. We got the regular one, and then we got the red. These look pretty good. There's, you know, you got like some tiny soft corners on one. But one of these, if it could be a 10, I'm fine with that. We got a couple. These did not make the first round when I sent them, so they're kind of iffy. I'm guessing both of these will be 9s, but I might get lucky. And one of these, if there's just one is a 10, I'm good with that. I'm still sending this in, even though I know Jaws stuff is down quite a bit. This used to be a killer card. It's still decent, and I think people are still kind of high on Jaws. So hopefully this gets a 10. A 9 will still probably break even if he gets suspended for like half the season next year. I don't know what's going to happen to his card values, but we'll see. Jalen Johnson. I'm just a Jalen Johnson fan. We got kind of a rough edge up here. I might actually take that out and try and rub my finger over it, because sometimes you can rub your finger and it gets rid of the little nubbies that they fall off. Otherwise, this looks pretty good. Jalen Johnson, blue velocity. This is kind of like a future prediction, because when he got into games this past season, he looked pretty good. He's just kind of young and raw. Thunderlane, Mosaic, Green, LeBron. I mean, it's LeBron, so that's not too big of a risk. Even if it's a 9, you might break even. Here it is, another really well-centered one. The only thing I'm worried about is a little bottom heavy. Left to right is solid, but then it's got one of these print dots. But I've seen PSA 10s with those print dots. So it is still possible to get a 10, even with that dot. Everything else looked pretty good. Got a couple of Rookie King Tatums, and I think these actually look really good. The reason I didn't send them in before is when I sent in my original Tatum stuff, he wasn't quite a superstar yet. Like back in 2018, 2019 when I submitted, he was definitely on a meteoric rise up, but he was not the superstar that he is today. So these are I've just assumed 10s. They both look pretty good, although now that I'm like, this corner looks like one of those corners where you could kind of take your finger and tap it in. But a 9, a 10, all Tatum stuff, if you think it's going to get a 9, it's typically worth sending in, because his stuff, 9s are still worth it. More Tatum stuff, as you saw. I mean, I said it was going to be a foreshadowing. We got this Tatum Essential Rookies out of Essentials. We got 2 base Essentials. We got a class of 2017 Hoops. We got this one, Highlight Reel out of Prestige. We got another Prestige Rookie class. And then we got 2 base prestiges. Like, these were not worth sending in if I thought they were going to get a 9 before. Now a 9 is worth sending in because Tatum rookies, I mean, that's definitely desirable. Anyone been watching the channel lately saw me pull this out of a pack. It is the Lime Green Winter Stays KD, and that is numbered out of 149. It looked really solid, so that'd be a cool PSA 10. And then here I got the 2 Luka Crunch Times off eBay recently. It's got a little rough edge, so I might, again, try and kind of rub my finger over that real lightly, but I'm guessing this is going to be a 9 tops, maybe an 8, but it's not bad. Like, you got little teeny white, so hoping for a 9 on that. And then this, I kind of debated whether to send it to Keegan My House purple, so it's a cool jersey match. It's got some nice shine. And this corner, I don't know. In certain lights it looks good. In certain lights it looks kind of soft. I can't tell. So I'm just sending it in. A 9 would be okay, but a 10 would be obviously preferable. So there you go. 53 cards. And I know a lot of you are going to say, like, there's some of these, they're so low end, it's not worth sending in. But hey, A, it's fun. And B, it's fun. So hopefully in a month or two, we're going to get these back and see what grades I got. And hopefully I can continue my streak of solid returns. I'm excited and I can't wait.